And we're live here on YouTube. I'd like to welcome those listening in podcast land, and also my buddy Rich. Rich, how you doing this week?
I'm doing good, feeling a lot more rested and getting a lot more restful sleep. Now that we're at the 2 week mark,
Yep.
a little over 2 weeks. Um,
I'll tell you, I am on a time crunch because frostbite only lasts so long.
yeah. So
So
exactly. I got to get upstairs and help with the feeding
uh,
as well. So
I
we'll,
just
we'll
got to
get
get
the
back in that chair there and get some ice, and I'll be better.
south of the border. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll get rolling on this. So Mike, we got racing to talk about
Yep.
with Denny Hamlin reaching a um,
Yeah.
milestone win, as well as the NCAA tournament. So we both probably had a good amount of time to watch some action this week
Yeah, I watched a lot
of this
yesterday.
year.
I did not watch a lot today. I will watch quite a bit more tomorrow. I have two TVs set up, so I'll get to watch the NASCAR race and the NCAA
Ooh,
tournament at all times.
gotcha.
With
Mike,
that,
what
Rich,
else?
we
What else we
also
gonna be talking?
have, we're going to talk baseball because the regular season starts before uh, before we meet again.
Yeah.
And with that, we also have to talk. Um, we got some predictions to make. All that and more. But let's go ahead and roll that intro. Broadcasting live from somewhere in Iowa. This is Balls and Sticks, the podcast, with your hosts, Mike and Rich. And we're back. Before we do all of that, Rich, we have a poll question to talk about. This week's poll question was
Red
Red
light.
Rover, or Red Light,
No.
Green Light versus
Yeah.
Protect the Castle. This is one was hard for me. The game I remember playing wasn't called Protect the Castle, but I still love that game. But Red Light, Green Light's just a classic.
It is very much so. Um, if anything, you're learning the traffic laws while playing at a very young age.
And you learn
It,
who's going to
it's
get in a car accident real quick. That was a
as
joke.
well as listening to instructions of stop and go.
Yep.
So yeah, I went with red light, green light. So I don't. I'm sure that I played a variation of what I described as protect the castle, but I distinctively remember playing red light, green light.
Yeah, I remember it as well, and I do love that game. So there
All
is
right,
that.
Mike. We had 3 votes this week. So the shout out besides 2 of us voting, our third person was your wife,
Yeah.
Danielle. So this week's poll question will be number 9 rated parachute. Interpret that any way that you would like. When I think of the parachute game, it was maybe everybody getting around and like the instructor or the teacher calling out 2 people's name as you had to switch and you had to get to that person's spot while the parachute was still up in the air.
Yeah,
And I
so that was one. We also that was one of the games that you played with the parachute. One of the other games that I loved
mhm.
to play was similar, but it was a color.
Oh, okay.
So everybody with that color let go and had to run to a different spot.
Okay. And I think they did I could have swore it was something like popcorn where you had some like beach balls or
Yep.
basketball, something um and you were trying to either trying to keep them on the parachute or to get certain ones off of the parachute as part of the game.
Um, I will tell you. So I try. I don't share a lot about my kids on here, but my daughter loves all of the games that comes with parachutes.
Nice.
She loves that thing. So
All right. And I'll be going up against number 24 seeded Broom Hockey. So
highly
because
underrated.
okay, because I thought that we would be because originally we had planned to talk and record yesterday afternoon. That poll actually is already up on Fans of Balls and Sticks, as well as it has been shared on our personal Facebook pages, which we only check about once a week, if that. But it's up there. Go and vote, and we'll talk about the results next week. As well, you can find that on Fans of Balls and Sticks over on the Facebook. Mike, do you see what's coming up next?
Is it a left turn, Rich?
It is a left-hand turn. What's after that?
Another left-hand turn?
And tell them why.
We're heading into the NASCAR corner, presented as always by Triple I Sports Cards Incorporated, Moline, Illinois. Check them out for all your sports memorabilia needs on 5th Avenue in Moline or on their eBay store. Once again, that is Triple I Sports Cards Incorporated. Rich, last week we were in Las Vegas, or as I like to call it, Lost Wages, for the Pennzoil 400, presented by Jiffy Lube. Okay, with that, let's get into...
Mike, your race winner was Denny Hamlin, your favorite driver, picking up the win, passing Kevin Harvick for 9th on the all-time wins list, picking up victory number 61 for his career. Mike, your pick of Kyle Larson finished 7th. My pick of Ryan Pierce came in 11th. So you currently have the advantage of 4-2.
Yeah.
Heading into Darlington.
Did you get to watch the race at all?
I did. We watched most of it.
Did the little one enjoy the NASCAR?
Yeah,
Good.
you did. So
we
got some snuggles, and probably both took a good NASCAR nap. So
So it was a good race. I enjoyed it, and then we went out and played. So, or was that no? We were getting snow. I don't remember what we did.
Yeah, we got our snow on Monday.
We got it Sunday night into Monday. So
it was kind of weird to think that we had that amount of snow that it took me probably a good 2 hours, hour and a half to shovel my driveway because of how thick and heavy the snow was. And then turn around Friday, we're going for a walk and I've got shorts on.
Yeah. I mean, we went to the park today. It might have been a mistake, but I did it anyway because the kids needed to get outside. And yeah, it was nice. But in Vegas, it was a good race. Got to watch. I think I watched most of it. I might have fallen asleep a little bit. Getting to watch Denny Hamlin finish it off. Totally awesome. This week we are in Darlington, the Lady in Black, as you will, for the Goodyear 400.
All right, Mike, who are you going to take? The advantage of recording on a Saturday night is that we know the starting order.
Yeah.
And on a short track, in my opinion, on a short track like Darlington, it's best to have a guy further up the grid rather than in the middle or in the back. Yeah. That's just me.
I think you're not wrong, but I think there are guys that can make their cars work. And with pit strategy and all that, you can work your way from the back to the front if you pay attention to pit strategy and all that stuff. So I'm going to go with Chase Briscoe.
All right, I like the pick. Briscoe's been running really well of late.
If we would have picked yesterday, as you said earlier, I would have taken your pick.
You did. I originally had Chase Briscoe probably penciled in as my 36 for 36 driver, but knowing the qualifying order now, I'm switching, and because you took him anyway, I'm going to go with Chris Buescher. He's got a good run of top 10 finishes in Darlington. And he was in my fantasy lineup when I filled that in on Wednesday.
Okay.
On Tuesday or Wednesday. So I'm going to go with Chris Buescher. Mike, yep. you put your guy Cletus McFarland on here. So what's old Cletus up to?
So I don't know how much you've been watching. I watched a lot about it, and I've been harping on people who have been negative about the Cletus McFarland situation. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. Yes, I think it's a little fast, but one, you got to strike when the iron's hot. Two, you got to believe in yourself. And three, the guy can drive. He brings eyeballs to a sport that, for all intents and purposes, has been dying the last few years. Maybe not dying, but it's suffering. And Cletus is bringing some eyeballs back to it and getting people excited about it. So I'm on the pro Cletus side. I also watch Cletus regularly. I am on his, I watch his show every time they drop a new episode. So there is that, and I will 100% admit that. But this week, like I said, Cletus will put in the hours, and he's been putting in hours on the simulator, which doesn't always add up. But then he spent an entire day at Rockingham, put in about 250 to 300 laps of driving by himself and learning the track and learning how to use the car and how to talk to the team and all that stuff. The guy is doing what needs to happen, and he's doing it right. So let the naysayers be naysayers, but I think he'll be better off than people think.
No, but I'm not a naysayer. But I'm not a naysayer. I guess this thing with RCR, you can say that, well, you're just throwing money at a publicity stunt, but at the same time, we know nothing about driving a NASCAR. If more than likely somebody in the big enough organization came up to me and said, "Hey, we're going to give you a limited time deal," I'm not going to turn it down. Probably wouldn't turn it down.
Yeah, I agree. So if we brought enough eyeballs out there, you know what? One of the things I want to do is do the NASCAR experience at Kansas City one of these years.
Oh, okay. Go be able to take a car out on the track.
Take a NASCAR car out on the track. I think that would be awesome. It's expensive. It would be fun to do. But if I did that and then the next day I get a call from RCR saying, "Hey, we're going to put you in the car." Okay, let's try it. I'll do it once. So, yeah, you got to strike when the iron's hot. It's working great. I think more people are, both sides are taking advantage of the other. Let it be. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, it's still bringing eyes to NASCAR, though.
That's 100%.
People are still talking about them in some way, positive or negative.
Yeah. So, Rich, go ahead and take us out of this.
All right. This has been the NASCAR Corner presented by III Sports Cards Incorporated. Moline, Illinois, down on 5th Avenue. Go see them for all your sports cards, memorabilia, and comic books. And I think they also do Pokemon cards there, too. So check them out, and you can also find them on the eBay. So, Mike, it's NCAA tournament time, as we both talked about it. With me being home on parental leave, you picking the right time to have a particular procedure done.
I had a vasectomy. It happens.
Yeah. It's allowed us to probably both watch a lot more of the tournament action than we probably have in a long time.
Yep. I 100% was able to watch watch stuff that I haven't seen. So it was great to see. I'm super happy about it. It was fun. I look forward to watching more.
All right. In our tournament bracket pool, the current leader is David Hyvinga, who has 36 points with a possible top score of 184. Mike, I'm currently tied for 4th with 34 points.
No, you're tied for second with 36. Dupo's with you and Dupo have 36, and both of your maxes is 182. In
Okay, I
fourth
do see.
place is Jordan with
Okay,
35
yeah, okay.
points.
I didn't. I forgot to hit refresh.
Okay.
So a game must have went final since talking. So yeah,
Jordan and
Mike.
Danielle, my wife, are tied for fourth at 35 points. Zach Borchers, is at 32 points. Matt Borchers is at 31, and I'm at 30. But unfortunately, my team that I picked to win it all is already out.
Yep, a tough break. I'm kind of I'm happy with my bracket the way it is. I mean, I've lost going into the Sweet 16. I've only lost one team so far. I don't think I've ever done that well.
I had done that well last year, and then this year, nope. Yeah.
No, I think yeah, I've lost two Sweet 16s as lost Gonzaga, losing Gonzaga and Akron. Yeah, I lost Akron and Gonzaga.
Yeah, so I had picked Gonzaga to win it all. And yeah, that didn't happen. So, okay, with that, Rich. I mean, I can still win technically.
You're just going to need a lot of help, a lot of other upsets
Yeah.
to happen and hit on everything else.
Yep. So, with that, Rich, let's any favorite moment of the tournament so far? Do you have any moments we're talking
You
about?
know that the one game that kind of stuck out to me was that Santa Clara Kentucky game, to where almost going back to back game winning shots by Santa Clara. Santa Clara hitting a clutch 3-pointer. They could put them up by two. Didn't get a chance to call timeout before the final possession when Kentucky got the ball back. Guy gets across midpoint, gets above Brown midcourt, heaves up the shot. It goes in, and the game's tied, and it goes to overtime. And Kentucky prevails in overtime. And also, I think it was VCU's 19-point comeback against North Carolina.
Yeah, that one was rough too. How about the fact that Iowa winning killed the last two perfect brackets to exist?
Yeah. Yeah, I did not know that it was an Iowa win that killed the last two perfect brackets.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that we always kind of come up against when talking about the NCAA tournament is how the Big Ten puts all these ranked teams into the tournament, and then they fall flat.
Yep.
And that happened with
Yep.
Wisconsin losing to a school you probably didn't hear of until you tuned into that game.
Yep. High Point.
High Point. I picked High Point to win that game, by the way.
You did?
I did.
Good for
probably
you.
not too many people did. Being an 8-9 matchup like TCU and Ohio State really didn't surprise me too much.
Michigan did make it to the third round, so that's slightly surprising to me.
But they're a number one seed.
Yeah, but
You'd expect them to. Michigan State made it to the next round.
Illinois made it to the next round. Which again, as a fan of Illinois, I still don't put a lot of stock in them. As I think now VCU winning meant Illinois had an easier shot, but they're not. I don't think they have a chance to beat Houston.
No, I don't think they're going to beat Houston either. But at least it's another Big Ten school and a local school.
How about Ohio State losing in the first round?
I don't think that's that big of a deal,
Not
though.
it,
It's an 8-9 matchup.
right. It was an 8-9, but it's still a Iowa team or a Big Ten team out in the first round. So, just I'm just pointing those things out. Now, UCLA made it through the first round, so that's good. Technically, they're a Big Ten school now.
Yeah, I still don't think of them as a Big Ten school. It still
Hey,
seems odd to me.
hey, if UCLA wins it all, the Big Ten wins it all, right?
Technically, yes.
Okay. Okay. Michigan State, are they Big Ten now,
Yeah,
or I?
they've always been they've
Okay.
always been Big Ten.
Michigan State is in the Sweet 16. By the way,
No,
why is it like the you made it into the tournament? That's being in the round of 64. Why is there no good name for the 30 round of 32?
it's just round two.
Yeah.
I don't
Then
know.
it's Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final 4 and the national finals. Like we got to come up with something for 32. I don't have it. It's
No,
just
neither do I.
yeah. Um yeah. I'm so bummed that Gonzaga lost already. It makes me
But
sad.
you won't finish last because our buddy Nick Baker forgot to hit save. So technically, he
Yeah.
has zero.
Yeah. So he had 0. So I at least did not get last. Okay, with that, Rich, let's talk about baseball. Oh, and we did forget one thing.
Hmm,
Next week,
what's that?
baby. Remember you know what starts next week? Before we talk baseball. USFL, baby.
The USFL.
It's real football, isn't it?
It is real football.
That's what
So
they
yeah,
keep telling us, at least. You gonna watch?
probably not.
That's like gonna be 4th or 5th on my list of things to watch next
Exactly.
weekend.
It'll probably be
Baseball,
baseball, the tournament.
baseball, tournament, Australian rules football, hockey, NBA, baseball, NASCAR. Oh wait, NASCAR's up here. NASCAR's up here. Uh, it might make my top 10.
No, I still don't see it. I mean, if I'm gonna, I think my wife tolerates that. She actually does get into the tournament, but eventually it's got to get you got to turn off you got to turn off the TV at some point. You just can't keep it on.
And you're lucky
And
because your baby's young enough that he won't just glue himself to a TV. My kids, if I put the game on, they'll just sit and watch, and it's nice for the calmness. But we don't like to let the TV be the babysitter, so we don't do that. So
yep, and eventually that's what we're getting into too. So
yeah,
we're trying to wean ourselves off of always having to have the TV on to be background noise or to always have it on. So
yeah,
we'd rather get used to that now and not it be as much of a not going got a cold turkey as the kid as our son gets a little older.
yeah. Put the radio on, listen to music, do stuff like that. It's better for your brain. Okay, with that, Rich, let's get into MLB. First, we got to talk the World Baseball Classic as the U.S. and Venezuela faced off in the finals once again. And
No, this is the first time
oh
Venezuela's
yeah,
made
yeah,
it to the finals. The U.S. went back to the finals for the second or third straight year, but they fell short this year, losing 3-2
yep,
to Venezuela. Encouraging thing as a Cub fan, because Danny Palencia saved the game, dominating performance in the ninth inning, shutting down the U.S. lineup, um, but I guess the roster constriction, pitch constrictions, and other the major league, the parent major league teams getting into probably impacted the pitch usage and who could be on that team, who could be in that game as the all-star closer Mason Miller
Yeah.
wasn't eligible. They said the plan for him was that he would only pitch, which would be his third appearance in a row, if it was a save situation, not to keep a game tied
Yeah.
going in the bottom of the ninth in a tie game. So you didn't use your closer. How, if this was the World Series, would you have used your closer?
Yeah, that's a good
Wouldn't
question.
you have used him?
Yep.
But at the same time, I mean that this is exhibition baseball. But maybe if it was a different time of the year, or yeah, maybe that person's available. But yeah, it was still a neat tournament to watch. So
How many games did you watch?
I think I watched like three or four. I didn't watch the championship game. I was kind of following it online, but we watched a couple of the USA games.
Yeah, I did not watch any. I should have, but
it was neat. So coming out of the tournament, the Cubs were impacted. Seiya Suzuki strained a knee, I think it was. Strained MCL or a knee. So as of now, they're not putting him on the DL, but he's probably not going to be playing on Thursday.
Yeah.
So this is a tough one for me because there's part of me that says that, you know what, if he were in spring training, this injury probably wouldn't have happened, because in spring training, your mindset is to get ready for the regular season, while in this tournament, it's to win. You're playing to win, so you're going to be playing the game differently. However, on the flip side, if the same injury had happened in a spring training game, we probably wouldn't think anything of it, as injuries happen.
Yeah. I would agree. I am bummed about it. But speaking of baseball starts next week, and we need to give you our division and wild card winners, as well as our top to bottom of the NL West or NL Central.
All right, so we can breeze through these rather quickly because I know we're on a time crunch a little bit.
Yeah, we're starting to get there. So,
all right, let's go to the American League first.
Yep.
I'm going to give the East to the Blue Jays. They're the defending American League champs, and while they lost a key contributor in Bo Bichette, I think they adequately replaced him by signing a guy out of the Japanese league that I'm not even going to try and say his name. But I think it's an adequate replacement for him, and they picked up an ace in Dylan Cease. So I think the rotation got better, and they made the right guy. They made good decisions with the team to repeat.
I think you're very accurate in a lot of what you're saying, but this is a year that the Yankees have to do something. Like, with Aaron Judge, with Garrett Cole, this team has to do something this year. And so, I am going to pick the Yankees for my American League East.
Okay. So,
I think there's a lot of pressure on them, and I think that they're gonna have to step up to the plate to do it. I think that I don't think you're wrong that the Blue Jays are gonna be a great team, but I think the Yankees realize that they just have to be a little bit better this year, and they'll do it at least in the regular season.
Okay. The American League Central, I'm going to go with the Tigers, only because I think they're the best team in their division. So, and a weak division at that.
I like the Tigers. I think the Royals have a. I think it's between the Tigers and the Royals. I think this is who is like saying who's going to win the NFC South. Nobody really wins it. Somebody's just forced to go to the playoffs from there. And I think that's how this is going to end up. I think it ends up being the Tigers.
All right. Over in the West, I'm going to go with the Mariners.
That one to me is hands down by far and away the lock in the American League. So I agree. Mariners, it is. My wild card number one, I'm actually not even I'm going to give you 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
It's the East. You're going Red Sox, Blue Jays, Orioles. Sorry, I know that's a crazy way to do it, but I don't see any other division having teams as good as those 3 teams.
Okay. I agree with you. I put the Yankees and the Orioles, but I just couldn't find a way to put 3 teams from the same division. Basically, everybody but the Rays from that division going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I gave a wild card to the Astros, but it's not a very confident pick.
Okay. Like I said, I gotta go. I think that it's gonna be the 3 of those. So let's head over to the National League. We're gonna do the Central last, as we're gonna then talk about. We'll use that as our jump off point. We'll even do it after we do our wild card.
Very well.
And then we'll do that as our number 1 pick of who's going to win the division in the NL Central. So in the NL East, Rich, I'm going to go with the Mets.
All right. I'm going with the defending division champ, the Phillies.
Okay. I don't disagree that they're a good team, but I think that the Mets are just a touch better. In the West, is there anybody else?
Yeah, no, I don't think there is. This is the Dodgers division to lose, and you probably make a strong case. It's their World Series to lose.
Yeah,
as we saw last year, it was a lot closer series than probably anyone ever thought it would be.
Yep. And then wild card 1, I'm going to go with the Padres. I think the Padres have the best chance to do anything in the West other than the Dodgers, but the Dodgers are just going to run away with it.
Yeah, I went with the Padres as well. I put the Mets as a wild card team.
I put the Phillies as a wild card team, so we just flopped that one. Yeah. And then I think the Atlanta makes it in.
Yeah, this was a hard one for me because I was debating on what to do with the Brewers this year, but I think I'm going to go with Atlanta, though.
Yeah. Okay, I agree. Okay, so that puts us back in the NL Central. You said the Brewers. You thought about putting them as a wild card. So who does that have you as your division winner?
Well, the Cubbies.
Yep, I agree. And actually, this isn't a homer pick, I don't think. I think this is like a legitimate, real chance that the Cubs win this one. I do have the Brewers at number 2.
Yeah, that's where I think I probably would put them as well.
Okay.
Because I think I've gotten burned before by saying it's the Reds. Watch out for the Reds.
Yeah.
Because on paper, it looks like they got a lot of young, good talent. But I don't know if it's enough to get over 3rd place, which is where I got them. And I think for once, the Phillies are not going to be the team that finishes dead last in the division. They actually went out and the Pirates, yeah. The Pirates, as I think it's going to be the Cardinals bringing up the rear in the division. And that's not a homer pick either. They're a team that's admittedly
Yeah.
gotten rid of some veterans to clear up some payroll and give some of their younger players a chance to have some meaningful playoff playing time.
Yeah. So I just flipped the Reds and the Pirates. I think the Pirates are
Okay.
going to end up surprising some people, and they'll end up in third place, and the Reds end up in fourth.
Okay.
So,
But it's gonna. I mean, I think it's still gonna be a good division, a tough division to play in.
Yep.
I think the reason why why I chose not to put the Brewers into the playoffs is a lot of things went right for that team. And when
Yeah.
you're winning games by the skin of your teeth, or a lot of come from behind 1-run victories, the next year you're more than likely you're on the losing side of those 1-run games.
it's the Bears 2 years ago versus last year. 2 years ago, they were on the losing side of all the fluke ends, and this year they won all those games. The same thing that the Brewers are going to do this year. They won them all last year. This year they're going to be on the losing end a lot of those. So, yeah, I can go with that.
All right. Opening day, Mike, Thursday afternoon out in Chicago.
I got to bust out the shoes.
You are? Okay.
Yep.
Yep. I'm going to try and wear my my new Rizzo jersey
Yeah.
on
Nice.
Thursday.
Nice.
So probably we'll have the game on the radio since I don't want to pay for Marquee Network. Although I kind of got excited, though, is in pulling up my Apple News to kind of scroll through and see it. They were saying that they launched a deal that Amazon, that the Marquee Network was going to be available through, I think it was Amazon Prime. And it's like, ooh, does that mean I get access to it? It's like, nope. It's available to where you can stream the games through Amazon Prime, but it's a additional fee.
But I can pay it through Amazon, through Prime, huh?
Yeah, I believe so.
And not worth $19 a month, though.
No, I still don't think that I would use it enough.
Yeah.
Um,
I could have it on every day, but I'm not, like, even if I did, I don't know that it's worth $19 a month. I'd have to get rid of a couple other ones.
So yeah, so I'll probably have the game on the radio or streaming it on my phone through the Odyssey app. But if anything, it gives me a good excuse to go see Grandpa in the home. As
Oh, he gets it?
yep, he has. Come on now, he lives and dies with the Cubbies. He's got to have his Marquee Networks.
Yeah,
He's got to
but I
have the
just-
channel. Yeah, he has it through MediaCom. So it gives me an excuse to go over there and watch some games with him.
Cool.
So
with
probably won't be doing it. Probably won't be doing it opening day. Probably won't be doing it for a
yeah,
couple of weeks. But yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Is it time for you to introduce your son to your grandpa?
we want to make sure that
Everybody's
There's no-
healthy.
everybody's healthy. So
Okay. That's
and
fine.
that he's built up in a good immune system
Okay.
to be in that type of environment. So,
Okay. Well, with that, Rich, I think that brings us to the end of the MLB. So I'm going to say, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. We're going to talk about The Masked Singer. We're going to be done a little early today, but we are going to talk about The Masked Singer. It might take a little while because we do have a couple of long incidents in it. Like we have two things to talk about, two unmaskings. But we're going to talk about The Masked Singer. We're going to give you who won, who went home, who we thought did the best. And after that, we're going to give some shout-outs. But before we do that, I'm going to talk about the esports. Esports was on break this week, so we don't have anything. So this is your final spoiler alert. If you don't want to hear, see ya. We'll see you next week. Come back. Join us. If you do want to hear, stick around. I think that's been enough. What do you think, Rich?
yeah, I think so.
Okay, so Rich, this week was Star Trek week. I didn't understand how they were going to do this. excuse me, I think they actually integrated it better than I thought they would. Like, I was I was like, how are they going to do Star Trek Week? This makes zero sense in the world. What is this about? And you know what? I was actually kind of impressed.
Yeah,
All of the songs had something to do with stars or space
space.
or something. Like, I think they did an excellent job in this show this year. Like, I 100% was on board with it. I truly did enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I
it's
agree.
so it started out with
It was odd that you had even people in the audience dressed up for it too. Whether it was the makeup,
body painted or
yeah, people being
um,
body painted in
ears, or they got the
cosplay.
eyes. But they've been doing that all season. Again, I don't actually know, but I'm 95% sure the entire series is recorded in like a week's time, and they just bring people in and out and do that way. Yeah. So, you had Stingray starting out with Starboy. I've never heard it. I didn't understand the song all that well. I
Mm-mm.
think his tone sounded great, but I didn't know the song, so I didn't understand what he was saying. Second, you had Catwitch singing Starships by Nicki Minaj. Third, you had 14 Carrot singing Shining Star by Earth, Wind, and Fire. And then finally, you had Galaxy Girl singing Lights by Ellie Goodling. Who was
So
your
what
favorite
was
performance?
favorite performance of the night? I would have to say probably was the 14 Karat Carrot. Mostly because I think I knew that song.
So I actually think Catwitch was my favorite of the week. My wife said that Galaxy Girl was her favorite, which I don't fault her for. I think she did really well as well. Um, I think that the bottom two performers did go home.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Um, I still think, by the way, I still think that everybody in this group is better than anybody. Not anybody, but I think at least two of the other semifinalists would have gone home this week if it was all of these people and they were only sending one people home. And if either one of the if two of the three other semifinalists would have been in this group, I think they actually go home, and all four of these guys go home so far. I think these guys were by far and away, all four of them were better than all but one performance last week.
I'm trying to think back to last week to
So
know
last
who got
week's
it.
you had Care Bears. So
Okay.
you had uh, Pengallen singing "What a Feeling," the Flashdance song.
Hmm.
High Voltage did "Bad Day." Again, I think either of those two lose to anybody this week. Uh,
No, I really like the penguin, the pangolin.
uh,
So
I think Crane loses to. I think Pug Casso was the best last week.
yeah, 2 weeks ago, yeah, I was surprised that the crane moved on. I
I
probably said
think
that last week.
I think Crane is the one that I think definitely loses to anybody that performed this week by far and away. And I think Pangolin. I think High Voltage definitely loses to everybody this week, and I think
Hmm.
Pangolin is close.
Yeah. So who would be your prediction? We don't know whether it's going to be a double elimination and they take three people to the finals, or if it'll be or as they've done as a 3 hour finale, a 2 hour finale, they take four people one person gets eliminated, and then they do the second part of the episode, and two people are getting unmasked. But who would you say that if it's going to be the semifinals and they unmask one person, who would be your pick without knowing what they're going to sing
Crane.
and what the other people are going to do?
Crane. Crane will be the one leaving next week.
I agree.
If only one leaves, Crane's the one that leaves. If two leave, that's where it gets interesting. And I think
all right, how far do you think that they will let the Cat Witch go? Do they really lean? Do they finally put a clue out there that puts a seed in somebody's mind that, Rita, I think you should know this person, or somebody putting it out there? Like, I keep waiting for somebody to say, "What if this is Kate Cantrell?" And it's either Rita saying, "No, it couldn't be her. We've been working together these past X amount of years. I would know if it was her. It's not her." Or her saying, "You know what? I think this is my co-star in Descendants, and I can't believe it took me this long to realize it."
I don't know.
The theory plays out that if the panel actually guesses who it is, that's more than likely that's the one that goes home.
I think vocally she deserves to get to the finals. Straight up, I think she's one of the top two of anybody left. Personally. Minimum top three. She's at minimum top three. So.
Gotcha. So the two people that went home this week, Mike.
So
kind of jumping ahead and talking about next week.
14 Carat was the first one to go home. Shockingly, the colossal clue that they gave was that he is not. He's not a singer by trade, and that was shocking to me. But and I leaned into my wife. I said, "This is today." I said, "I'm guessing it's Randy Jackson." Before it was ever said by what's her face, it was not Randy Jackson.
Yeah, I kind of thought it would be Randy Jackson too when that got said, but no, it ended up being Judge Greg Mathis.
No clue. I've never seen his show. I know who it is. Like, I know who he is theoretically. I know nothing about his. I've never seen his show. I don't care about those shows. But the fact that that guy can sing.
Yeah, he can. I mean, he said that he stood outside the Motown Records singing songs, hoping to get noticed, and life took him another direction. Yeah.
I was shocked at how good that man could sing. 100% deserved to be there. I think he's better than at least
the Crane.
The Crane. I think he was really good. But yeah, did great. Then
the second person that went home, thanks to a showdown.
No, it wasn't a showdown.
No, it was just that's right.
It was the top two votes. It was
the Stingray.
Yeah, and that is Evan Olive Ross Nessus, Diana Ross's son.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this person. I didn't know Diana Ross had a daughter or had a son. I was shocked at great voice. Like I'm not even mad about it. I just had no clue who this person was. So apparently, was in the movie ATL, Ashley and Evan, according to Greta. In the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, didn't know that. I've seen the movie. I didn't know he was in it.
But right now, but he's not singing. So this was like one of those first instances of being a performer. They turned him as an entertainer and actor, not necessarily a singer. But he can sing.
He did great. I thought he was amazing. So props to him. Yeah.
All right, so tune in next week to Fox. It'll be the semifinals. So it'll be interesting to see whether they take 3 people into the 2-hour season finale or if it'll be a group of 4. But at least one person's going to be going home next week, as they won't go to 5.
Yeah.
They won't take 5 into the finals.
Yeah.
So, Mike, I think that pretty much wraps it up, Mike.
It does, thankfully.
Do you have any shout-outs?
No, nothing that would be appropriate.
All right. I don't have any shout-outs either, Mike. So let's go ahead and wrap it up, Mike.
You want to watch us if you're listening to us on the apps, anywhere where you get your podcast, you can listen to us there. But if you want to watch us, join us live. Sign up or go to Facebook, Yahoo or YouTube.com/Balls and Sticks the podcast, and subscribe and hit the bell, and you'll get notifications when we go live. If you are watching us live, you want to take us on the road, where do you do that, Rich?
Look us up wherever you download all of your other podcasts. Apple, Spotify, just to name a few. But Mike, go ahead and roll that outro.
Broadcasting live from somewhere in Iowa. This is Balls and Sticks, the podcast, with your hosts, Mike and Rich.